almost falls down. Throws to the end zone. Owens! Owens! Owens!
It will change, and I'm not trying to tell you something. It's going to change. It's not like that. Okay, but I want you to understand where I'm coming from. It will change. And it will change because they wanted to change, not because of me. It will change because they want to be champions.
Smith in the gun, the throw on his left hip. Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking, got it, post, and it's good! Touchdown, 49! Vernon Davis with the play of his life. It all comes to this fourth down. 4th and 4 at the San Francisco 10. Ryan in a shotgun. Rodgers to his left. 3 receivers right. Ryan takes the snap. Looking, pressure, throws middle. Broken up! Fighting! Navarro Bowman! And the 49ers silence the house.
Oh shit. 1-0 preseason Poppy Chulies. Beat the fucking Cowboys. Slick fucking Nick does it. Jalen Hurd. Did you hear?
Did you what?
Did you heard?
Did you hear?
Heard. We had a dilemma. We had a fumble here today before, but we persevered. It was a preseason hiccup, and the Gold Blooded Podcast found a way to produce. So here we are. We're coming to you from Daddy's Lair. Rig is close. Cats are wild. House is clean. Nice. Things are nice. 49ers got a victory. I watched a little bit of the highlights. The game was on. I was sleeping. Baby was at a party. Right, baby?
Yeah.
Sometimes you retain information when you're sleeping.
I just put the game on mute. I don't want any fucking piece of it. I watch games on mute. Anyway, I woke up. I put my glasses on a couple times. I checked the score. I saw a couple things. I checked who was quarterback.
Yeah, this is without a doubt the fastest turnaround we've ever done. I don't think this has ever happened where the game happened the day before we recorded. So
the Gold-Blooded
Maybe
Podcast.
back in the Tuesday days on a Monday night or something.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah,
might have
but
been
it's
the
been a
only
while.
time, but it's been a while.
In the preseason, wacky shit happens. Nobody
Yeah.
really gives a fuck, and there is no schedule. We're here. Daddy's going to stand up in a minute and hit the rig. So just so the people know, hold on, I know you're dying to get going.
Not really.
Email us your concerns about the team. Is the injury bug back? What are you thinking? Has it really ever left? WFAN. goldbloodedpodcast@gmail.com. Instagram, I guess that's going. This is going to be a couple shorter episodes maybe today.
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see where it goes.
Giddy up.
Depends on, got some side stories or
I don't
sometimes
have-
you don't.
I don't know.
All right, so we will get into the game, starting with the offense.
For the record, I've watched 0 minutes of this game.
None.
0.
Highlights?
I haven't. No, I have the game recorded, and I just didn't have time.
Yeah.
Oh, I should drag a TV
My
out
son's
here.
birthday today.
I should have
Just-
have had it on.
Yeah, you'll have to
Just
bear
bad
with us.
timing.
You know, I was.
I lied. I saw 2 highlights. I saw a Deebo Samuel deep downfield catch, and a Jalen Hurd, the touchdown where he dropped his shoulder and plowed his way in.
Yep.
Just now on my iPad while we were setting up.
There you go. Well, you got that on. They were probably
I watched some
quick
highlights.
little 3-minute highlight video.
Yeah.
I'm frustrated that I didn't have. I should have, because I have a DVR. I could have brought the TV out here and put it on.
Yep.
Fuck.
You fucking
I
failed.
guess you really dropped the ball.
Maybe you could use that cable that you lost to hook up the TV. We could watch it.
Yeah, we showed up tonight and there was a cable missing, so Chris and I had to take a mission out to Target to get a cable so we could hook the mixer up.
Like that has anything to do with me. Listen, I've kept that machine here for years.
Machine?
I would say, I'm going to go this far. I'm going to say the fact that that's how he put it proves that he has no use for that cable and would have no idea what to do
I
with
will
that cable.
say that is the most accurate thing you've ever said, because this mixer is only one thing. It is a fucking machine. This thing showed up, our mixer that we use for our podcast, we've been using it for 7 years, showed up half broken. Me and Chris had to slap it back to life out of the box. And every single week we hold
Did you
our
buy
breath.
it used?
No. Fresh off of Amazon.
It did not.
And instead of sending it back and saying, give me a new one, you were like,
They slapped
let it go.
Yeah.
Let it rip.
Yeah.
So this is 100% all your fault.
Before there was any schedule or
Yeah, no,
like
this is your fault. This is
anything,
just your fault
They
then.
just started punching it.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
Yeah. If we had something in my
I
house.
even had a guy that works in a recording studio come look at it,
Yep.
and he couldn't figure it out.
You know what would have been really easy? You just like click the button and stick the label on it and put it back in the fucking mail and then get a different one.
Well, what happened was we were recording that night, and then I think we thought like, oh, maybe we'll return it, and then like it was going good, so it was like,
okay, so it's the fact
whatever.
that you waited to order a mixer until like 2 days before you were recording.
No, I ordered it a long time ago, but I just had no need to open the box yet.
Okay. All right.
There was a reason
All
like we didn't return it.
But anyway, yeah, that's the backstory behind the mixer, and it's still going strong 7 years later.
And I'll stand by my
It is a fucking machine.
I'll stand by my original statement. I'm just a talent. I don't know anything about that thing or that cord.
All right, so Joe's hitting the rig. Rob's getting caught up on the game. I will start with the offense. Off the top, 70% completion percentage from all of our quarterbacks combined. That's pretty good.
The other guy got in there.
Yeah, Wilton Spate.
Yeah, I don't know nothing. I have a stat.
I only know him because I watched the All or Nothing series with Harbaugh and Michigan Wolverines. They did one on them, and he was one of their quarterbacks that got flip-flopped in and out of the lineup like 4 times that year, I think.
We'll pin a rose on your nose.
I'm gonna call him a pincushion.
Yeah,
I'm
fine with me. I mean, he looked not good.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's a pincushion.
Yeah. So we finished off with 251 passing yards, 88 rushing yards. We went 4 for 12 on third down, which is kind of what you look for. That's about 33%. Mm-hmm. And we were a perfect 1 for 1 in the red zone. And we had 2 turnovers.
1 for 1 in the red zone.
1 for 1 in the red zone.
Mullins or Beathard?
Mullins.
No. Beathard had the back shoulder, and Mullins was a catch and run.
Oh,
catch
Mullins
and run.
was on like the 21 though.
Okay, yeah. So maybe it was like close there.
Yeah, that's shitty.
Oh yeah, it was on the actually.
So either way, it would have been 2 for 2 though.
Yeah.
It was on what looks to be the 20 and a half.
20 and a half.
Like it's inches past 20.
That's why I thought.
Yeah. Well, no, watch. I'll tell you when it's ready.
All right, so we'll call it 2 for 2.
It's literally like look at. No, it wasn't that play. I'll tell you.
All right, so first play of the game, it was Richie James gets pretty lucky. He caught the ball and then he fell to the ground and his back hit the grass and it made him fumble, which he had the ball pinned to his chest. The call ended up getting overturned. Now, Richie James, before this happened, is obviously fighting for a roster spot. I was like, oh, that's not a good start for him. He's already fumbling on the first play of the game. But with that said, I mean, I think Mullins could have thrown a better ball in stride. James had to slow down to catch it when he had grass in front of him. So had Mullins thrown a better ball, Richie James would have caught that in stride and ran with it. Instead, he had to stop, slow down, catch the ball in the air, fell on his back, and that's what made him fumble. Still got to hold on to the ball, but Mullins got to throw a better ball, too.
Look at how close it is to
Is it like the 20.5 yard line?
Not even.
Hold on, I'm getting a look at this right now. Oh, yeah. I mean,
That's
like a football length away from being considered red zone.
What's crazy is if you listen to the commentator, he goes, 49ers really lacked in the red zone last year, so they're looking to improve with that here. Oh, and then he called Hurd Deebo Samuel, and then he goes, I mean Hurd gets in for a red zone touchdown, or so literally something like that. And it's funny because it wasn't.
The bookies called him on commercial break, told him to put that on the half.
Yeah, giddy up.
So obviously you don't know. I don't know, Joe. Did you at least pay attention in the beginning or
No,
opening drive?
Not
No,
1 minute.
Not okay.
No.
Well, we almost had a funeral for Nick Mullins, but Raheem Mostert had a Frank Gore block.
Why? Who
It
was?
saved his ass. Jalen Smith was coming in clean. He was going to kill him, and Raheem Mostert came in through the clutch there, saved our backup quarterback.
Glad he's got a big dick.
Who didn't save our backup quarterback is our backup left tackle, Willie Beavers. That guy is going to get somebody killed. And I don't even, I honestly, I don't even want to see him next week. He was so bad, so unbelievably bad. He is a liability for everybody else on the field.
It's is that who's replace the guy that broke his fucking head?
I think so, yeah.
'Cause that guy, did you hear all the injuries? I mean, I guess you're going to tell us, but his leg got fucked up.
Yeah, he's done for the year.
He's fucked maybe ever. Dude, can we... all right, keep going.
Go ahead.
I want to
do your
talk...
thing.
Alex Smith. That's a fucked up thing. He's really fucked up, huh? Even still, they just got him out of some crazy other cast. Like
He's had setbacks throughout his whole recovery.
and he had infection and
You saw his injury, right?
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, it was fucked.
Yeah, but I mean, good for him.
And did you know it was?
Stealth.
I think it was the same day as the Joe Theismann injury.
Yes.
The
So
date,
50
like the
years
same
later,
exact date,
or
like
20 something. However
Washington
many
quarterback's leg just like falls off.
years. From Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah. So the next series, Mullins sacrifices himself, literally stares down the gun barrel at a defender, takes a big hit, ends up throwing a great ball to Kendrick Bourne, who just drops it. It was like a 22-yard pass, just drops it. And I saw Barrow's tweet after that happened. He goes, yeah, that's pretty much Kendrick Bourne's training camp in a nutshell. He gets open and he's pretty shifty, but he doesn't always catch the ball.
I can't deal with that. Go away then.
I know. That's one. That's the most annoying thing.
I was
as a
really
receiver.
pulling for him, but if that's the rap on him, then go away.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
I think he's already exceeded expectations. He was an undrafted free agent, and he not only has he made our team 2 years in a row, but he led all of our wide receivers last year in receiving yards. Granted, there wasn't that much competition for him to begin with, but still, as an undrafted free agent, that's exceeding expectations in my opinion.
Giddy up.
I mean, I should have mentioned this earlier, but Dallas pretty much played all of their starters for 2 series. Not Dak Prescott, but pretty much everybody else on their offense and their defense got 2 series of just starters, whereas we did absolutely like 0 starters. Like if you want to consider Akello Witherspoon a starter, whatever.
Hey, we were trying to save him.
Dante Pettis played a little bit. You want to consider him a starter, but literally it was all of their starters versus all of our second string players for a majority of the first quarter. And once Dallas took their defensive line off the field, our backup offensive line started dominating in the run game, especially. They're a little shaky in the pass game, but they started some road grading runs in the run game.
You ready for my stat of the game?
Do it.
This is the Joey I preseason stat of the game. This is all you'll get out of me is one shining. I don't do a
That's
no
definitely
beast
not
of the
all
week.
we're getting out of you.
Nothing. No, but as far
Don't sell
as
yourself short.
yeah, tremendous slouch. Okay, we're talking about the punter, Mitch Wish.
Yeah,
Almost 300 yards in
He had a pretty
punting.
good night.
Yeah, right.
he had a pretty good night.
He had 3 inside the 20.
Yep.
Right, Poppy?
Yep.
He had 1 touchback.
Yep.
And he had a long of 64.
Yep.
And he had 6.
One hiccup on the night for him. He had a kickoff go out of bounds, which is they get it at the 40.
Does he always
hate that.
Does he always do kickoffs?
I think they're gonna. I mean, Robbie didn't do kickoffs last year. That was Pinion has done it the past 2 years for us.
I
so
think that we got him on purpose.
Yeah.
Knowing he could do
yeah,
it.
Okay.
pretty sure Mitch
All
is
right.
doing kickoffs
All right.
exclusively. But
Well, maybe.
he had.
Well, maybe this is his first NFL. Wait, did he play in college football? Did he?
What, Mitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Utah.
Okay. I didn't know if he came right from Australia, like some crazy soccer shit or something.
No.
Okay.
He had a fantastic night, except for that one kickoff hiccup. I mean, you could see the guys that are feeling punts. It was almost like every single time they couldn't get a good beat on a ball, they would go forward, then they would go back, and then they would shift to the side a little bit and then catch it instead of just like fluidity. Like I know exactly where the ball's going. I don't know what the hell he's doing with that thing up there, or what he makes the ball do. But I mean,
They said he's got his hang time's dope too.
yeah, good hang time. Like he kind of killed it last night.
I want his jersey. What number is he? You know?
I don't remember. Chris, you got the roster up.
I
What's
got
Mitch Wishnowski? 6.
Sign of the beast. 666.
So Mullins threw an interception, and
So did Beathard.
on the broadcast angle, Mullins' interception looked absolutely atrocious. It looked like he threw it right to the linebacker, but when you get another look at the angle, you can clearly see that he was hit as he was releasing it. So I think that's forgivable. quarterback's in the process of throwing the ball and he
Yeah.
gets hit, I mean, there's nothing you can do about
Change
that.
his trajectory.
And you blame the offensive lineman at that point.
Steve, did you see Shanahan's like post game like to the team conference
Yeah, I caught that.
when he's like, "All right, guys, great team win,
Oh, I didn't see that. No.
Okay, so he's like, I'm gonna paraphrase, but he's like, "Great team win, guys. Really, came through a lot of adversity, some injuries. You won the game. Great news, yeah. 18 penalties.
Oh my God.
He's like, I gotta be honest with you. Though. He's like, you don't win a lot of games in this league with 18 penalties and you lose the turnover game. He's like, but great team win.
I'll tell
Great
you
team win.
what.
Like it was so backhanded.
I apologize. I unintentionally buried the lead. I should have already mentioned the 18 penalties by now because that was fucking absurd.
I see.
The game was borderline unwatched. You got the game saved on your fucking at home, Rob? Erase it. It is so difficult to watch
Every
for
time
such long stretches.
Every time I've ever kept a preseason game and then we did the recording, I just never watched
Yeah,
it.
erase
Why
it.
would I watch it anyway? What am
I
I
mean,
going to say?
just watch the highlights of Jalen Hurd and Deebo Samuel, but
I'm gonna do the same.
borderline unwatchable, like for long stretches.
Yeah, so
18 penalties for over
Oh.
200 yards.
Prescott did play, though.
Yeah, he had
4
4 for 4, 4 for 5.
one was to himself.
Yeah, he got it batted down and caught it. But regardless, the Shanahan to the team was great because he called them out right on the penalties
Yeah.
and on the turnovers, and he was like, there was more not happiness in his voice than there
Oh,
was
sure.
happiness.
I
You know
bet.
what I mean? So it was good.
I have no idea how we won that game last night. We had 18 penalties. Dallas only had 6. We had 2 turnovers. Dallas only had 1.
The fix is in. The league wanted Dallas to win.
Anyway, so moving on to Jalen Hurd getting wide open, as we discussed, barely outside the red zone, and he trucks a safety on the way into the end zone. That guy is a handful to bring down. I said last week I think that he needs to develop for a year. I could be very wrong about that. I think he might be ready to go right now.
That in the group text, what did I tell you about his second touchdown?
You said it got you hard.
It made me erect.
Yeah.
Because, again, we don't have guys. We haven't had a guy since
Bolden.
or even Crabtree since could do that.
And Bolden.
Yeah, but Crabtree.
Bolden.
I love that he didn't go to the Cardinals. Again, I don't know if we talked about this last week.
No, we didn't because it didn't come out yet.
I'm going to reiterate that. The fact that I was
thrilled with the prospects of Crabtree as a Cardinal facing
could I
Richard
be honest
Sherman.
with you? I could imagine that Sunday before, turning my TV on and having butterflies in my stomach. I could imagine that. It would make me awkward. I wouldn't like it. It'd make my penis shrivel up.
It's awkward. So is the fact that you got hard watching a football play. But to each his own.
Anyway,
Different strokes.
Yeah.
CJ comes into the game. I mean, his finishing stat line ends up being decent, but I do not think he looked that great in this game. I mean, he Mullins threw an interception that, in my mind, was forgivable. He was getting hit as he threw. CJ just threw an atrocious interception right to the middle linebacker.
Yeah, the funny thing is you look at the stat line
And CJ looks better. But it was, and then did you see the long pass to Deebo Samuel? You said you
Yeah.
saw that? If he leads him
touchdown.
like he should have, that's a touchdown.
touchdown
That's
all
just an
day.
absolute
Untouched.
atrocious throw.
He had to come back and search for that, pull it off a guy's back. Come on.
But I mean, the catch by Deebo is very impressive. I mean, he's a smaller guy. He's not a big dude to be able to go up and win a ball like that.
I like it.
So
It makes me,
Go ahead, tell us. It makes you erect. I know.
No,
I mean-
it makes me scared for Dante.
I think that the wide receiver group before we acquired.
All these big heterosexual men might push him off the team.
Maybe he'll convert them.
What are you insinuating here, Joe?
Fucking steamy. I don't know nothing.
So I think before we acquired Hurd and Samuel, I mean, let's admit it, our wide receiver group was soft.
Yeah, these guys seem. Hey, listen, it's one preseason game. Let's not
What are you
suck
trying
our
to
own
say
dicks.
about Dante, Steve?
He's more flash, not enough dog.
Don't say that.
He's more cat, not enough dog. He's too much cat.
He blocks downfield.
He's a cat. He's not a dog.
He blocks downfield.
What Steve's saying is he's more likely to wear sequins and a boa than to put on brass knuckles and rough somebody up. That's all Steve's
Dude,
saying.
what he does off the football field is his own business.
I'm just
But
saying playing style.
he blocks downfield.
Playing style.
He blocks downfield.
Oh, well, I'm not saying he doesn't. But he doesn't cause... Well, I mean, we talked about it last week. Jalen Hurd was causing fights in practice because of his blocking.
We don't need that. That's negative energy. And I think he would agree.
I'm not hearing good things about Dante.
Take it easy.
I mean, I was high on Dante coming into this season, but, I mean, there's been, like, this steady drumbeat over the past week that he's kind of falling out of favor a little bit. Could just be noise. Could just be nothing. But it's out there.
He only got one target.
Um,
Which means either he is the number one or he's falling out of favor.
and
It's the fucking preseason.
We did
One
talk about-
game. Take it easy.
the Hurd back shoulder touchdown. Good job by Hurd boxing out the defender, but that defender was a joke. Like, if we were running a Cowboys podcast and we're talking about that defender that got fucking mossed by Jalen Hurd in the corner of the end zone, I'd be like, get him off the team because that was terrible.
Boot nanny. He's a boot nanny.
Anyway, I mean, the offense was decent. It just, like, the game had absolutely no flow to it because of all the penalties that you couldn't really, like, they looked okay, but you couldn't really, like, get a feel for how the game was going. And no flow whatsoever. It's like watching Tom Sula coach. It's like watching paint dry. That's all I got for the offense. Move on to defense.
Yeah, go, Steve. Don't stop. I got a bald spot I've developed in my beard. It's bizarre.
That hasn't always been there.
Oh.
God, I hope that doesn't happen to me.
It's very bald.
It's so smooth. You want to feel it?
No.
Just one spot on your face that you can't grow hair.
Yeah, it's fucking bizarre.
I want to feel that less than just.
That's got to be
anything
called
on the
something,
planet
though.
Earth.
What's
Yeah, I
that?
can't-
It's got to be called something, though.
Blowout patch.
A blowout patch?
I can't think
That's
of
what my
five.
father told me.
I can't think of 5 things I want to touch less than that.
It's
Maybe 3.
It's very smooth.
What do they call? Isn't that from stress? Is that from stress? No, that's only like a white patch, right? Like a
No,
patch stress
they
white.
say this is from stress.
All right.
It's probably not. It's probably from drugs.
It could be both.
I'm not a doctor, but I'm gonna go drugs.
Could be a mix.
You light a torch every day.
Yeah.
Are you sure you didn't just burn it off? Get in the rig.
You were so fucking gone.
No, I bet it's just like he doesn't realize, but every time he hits the rig, that's like the spot, and it just doesn't. You know, like you don't feel it. It's
Little by little.
just a little bit, and then it stays because every
That would
time.
be phenomenal if that was it. But no, because no.
We'll see. Get a different rig and see if it changes.
I'm
See if it
working
moves
working
around.
on the battery operator.
Yeah, we'll know right away.
We will. No,
that
it's,
rig bald spot.
it's not because hold on. The rig has been there the rig was a consistent.
Yeah,
in
it
the
took a
beard
long
for-
time.
Beard.
It took a while to get singe it out.
That's crazy talk.
I hope your wife has like a hair removal laser that she
Been rubbing
uses on you
nair
at night just to like test it out.
Been rubbing nair on
Let's
you.
see if this fucking thing works before I use it on
It
myself.
makes me sad. I wish it would just grow hair.
Paint it.
Keep
Spray it.
hoping maybe it'll start again.
When I keep it bushy, if I get it real bushy, you can't see it at all. So
You know the eyebrow stuff girls are doing? Guys are doing it for their hairline.
What, microblading?
Yeah, guys are doing it
Like
for hairline
tattooing?
stuff. Yeah,
yeah, just tattoo it.
with machines.
Do you
and
microblade?
with- No.
No.
Some of it they're
Is
doing-
that's like its own trade,
Yeah.
right? Pretty much.
What does it do?
Could you?
Finer blade.
If I got trained to.
Okay.
I should just.
It's not a instead of a needle, it's a blade. They like cut the skin open and then smear ink into it. I think.
Oh wow.
I think that's the process.
Oh.
And they go much more shallow, so they call it semi-permanent.
And they
which
get
means
it.
not
You have to get it
permanent at all.
touched up. It's a whole
not
process. Yeah,
permanent.
it's not the first. It's not just a one-day thing either.
Kill like the hair growth there too, or
I don't know.
I should just have you
But guys-
tattoo a bunch of black lines here.
Guys are doing it to like fill in hair.
Mm-hmm.
Just curly cues you could do.
Spray painting,
I
get some
know.
just for men.
Maybe it'll grow back. Maybe I'll stop being stressed.
Just Sharpie it. It would look less weird if it was black.
cut some of your beard off and put it.
That's what I'm saying. Tattoo
Yeah,
it.
glue it on. I like that.
Glue it on.
Next time you trim your beard, save some trimmings.
Glue it on.
Get a fucking wig. Get a fucking toupee for your fucking chin.
Yo, when I started working for my father when I was a kid, he had this wig that looked like it looked like a dead animal straight up. And like I'd be like 16 or 17 and we'd be stopping in a liquor store and it'd be like, you want one, right? You know, he'd give me the look like it's like asking me if it was okay if I had beer. Like, of course, you know, yeah, of course. So he'd put the wig on to go get the beer. For what reason, I don't know. So, like, I would go in every so often.
Little did you know your dad's robbing liquor stores.
No.
You're just waiting in the car.
He would just go in there and he would just have these interactions with this fucking wig on. Like, and people would just be like, okay, sure.
It was like a sketch comedy show that no one, for just him, for just one person.
Yeah, like not even me.
Not
like,
even for an
yeah,
audience.
like just himself. Fucking bizarre. Like I think he did it for the off chance, so like he would see someone he knows, and they'd be like, you know, I saw that fucking Rich Iannucci in the liquor store. In a fucking like wig, looked like he had a dead raccoon on his head. It was bizarre. It was crazy. And he had a bunch of different ones: brown, black,
What
and gray.
the fuck?
All right, I'm getting us back on track. Defense, off the top. 3 sacks, 9 quarterback hits, 1 turnover. We allowed 294 total yards. This, you got erect before? About the wide receivers? Get ready for this. Mm-hmm. These preseason stats. You ready?
I don't, Steve.
Are you ready?
Steve, I don't care one bit.
Our defense
In one ear.
allowed 0 touchdowns on 4 red zone trips for the Cowboys.
So what, they give up a 60-yard bomb to Dante Johnson?
No, a lot of it was penalties, pass interference shit. 0 for 2. They went 0 for 2 on 4th downs, and they only went 4 of 15 on 3rd downs.
You know what the best part of those stats are? Not a single one of these guys is going to matter.
Yeah.
Hopefully not. Well, if the injuries keep up, they're going to matter a lot.
Dante Johnson was out there, wasn't he?
He was.
Fuck him.
But as I said before, the first 2 drives by
Why
Dallas
is
were...
he here?
What, Dante Johnson?
Yeah.
Because there's probably nobody better.
Oh, come on.
I don't think you realize the cliff that is between starter and 3rd string. It is steep. It's steep cliff, Joe.
Is he going to be on the team?
I don't
It's
know.
steep at every position, but it's the steepest, I think, at cornerback.
Oh, especially.
There's
or any
upper echelon
secondary.
and there's garbage.
Yeah. Yeah, the in-between guys
Yeah.
are very hard to find.
They should bring, honestly, do you know what they should do? Honestly. They should bring Deion Sanders out of retirement because this is fucking a joke.
I'll tell you what, we sit here every week and we bitch about our corners, we bitch about our safeties. Almost every single team, except for maybe 4 fan bases, are bitching about the same shit. It's not just us.
Okay. Well,
But speaking of secondary and piss poor secondary,
I'm sorry.
the first
That'll-
fucking play,
that's going to make me stop.
the first play, Witherspoon showcases his fucking baby soft Jarman coverage. Oh my god, he didn't even try to go after the ball. That one play just made me sour on him immediately because it was the first play of the game. It's like, dude, you can't come out with more aggression than that. This isn't the 3rd quarter, the 4th quarter. This is the first play, 1st quarter, and you couldn't look better than that.
Guess Barrett better get healthy.
Yeah.
Sour grapes.
One guy that did surprise me a lot. I think I need to go work on my linebacker scouting because
Let's see if I can guess this from stats.
Okay.
You said linebacker?
Yeah.
Greenlaw.
Yes.
Rookie.
Yep.
Yeah, good one.
Sorry. Was that bad?
No, that's good.
I-
Tackle for loss, 5 sacks.
Listen to this.
I didn't want to jump
Wait,
your
did I get
gun.
that right?
I stole your thunder. Sorry, Steve. We're listening.
Listen to this, and then never listen to me about linebackers again.
Okay.
I loved Reuben Foster. How'd that work out?
Yeah.
Wasn't crazy about Fred Warner. How'd that work out? Wasn't crazy about Dre Greenlaw. He looked great.
I've been hearing a lot of good about him.
I've heard a
from
lot of good
reporters.
things
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
And he's the guy that had that good story come out about being just a good guy.
Yep.
I saw a video where he was like checking in somewhere, and they were like, "What's your name?" He's like, Nick, Bosa, B-O-S-A," and they're like, the lady's like, I'm sorry, what is it? He's like, Bosa, Nick Bosa, and the lady's like, okay. He's like, nah, I'm just playing Dre Greenlaw. Like, you know, like, it was pretty funny. It was pretty good.
It was confusing on here because his name is Keandre.
Yeah, I just learned that this past week. I always thought it was just Dre. Anyway, one thing I did notice from the defense that's very concerning, the linebackers and the secondary players are biting so hard on play action, and I'm wondering, since the wide 9 is susceptible to inside runs, if they're being coached to be overly concerned about inside runs, where they're just bite on every single play. I don't like that at all.
Maybe they're just telling them to bite in the preseason, so people will think we
a work.
will. Yeah,
Maybe.
it's all a work.
To
But
work, to
they-
get them to play action.
They got carved the fuck up for a quarter and a half there, biting on play action fix.
Did any of you listen to the podcast with that guy that's credited with creating the wide nine?
Yes.
I did
How
not.
great is that?
Yeah, he's something
like,
else.
I don't know who named it the wide nine. That's one of you guys in the media. That's not what it's called.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was just total redneck.
What's it called?
He didn't have a name for it.
And he
Even better.
you'll ask a lot of coaches about how they came up with a specific scheme and they'll go into great detail and great length and there's so many reasons as to he's just just sat down with a piece of paper and I
wanted to
just
rush the quarterback.
Yeah,
every play.
I just wanted to rush the quarterback every play.
Giddy up.
That was it.
Yeah.
Chris
Everything he said.
Washburn?
Jim Washburn.
Jim
something
Washburn?
like that.
Yeah, and
Dude.
our defensive line coach right now, Chris Kasurek, was his protege, his understudy.
They asked him if he was going to be out in the Bay Area at all during the season, and he goes, I don't think they'll let me out there. He goes, that's Nancy Pelosi's region out there. He goes, plus if I come out there, I can't even have a plastic straw.
All right.
He was like the most redneck person
Yeah.
on the planet.
Trump
Oh,
supporter.
it was great. He was telling, what was he saying about, he started talking on these weird tangents, and he was talking about, he's like, you know what happens when someone goes in the electric chair? And the hosts are like,
What?
he goes, they defecate themselves.
Yep.
They make them wear a diaper because they defecate themselves. He's like, when I coach a defensive player, I tell him, I want you to hit him so hard he defecates in his pants.
Yes.
And then he was talking about, at one
I'm
point,
going to listen to this now.
at one point he mentioned Greg Williams.
Yep.
But then at one point he started talking about what Williams got suspended for. He started talking about how they did that in Detroit.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, he was like,
He-
like, we used to have a reward. I probably shouldn't say this. Like, he literally stopped mid-sentence and realized, like, oh, fuck, what am I talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, we used to reward players for big hit. I probably shouldn't talk about this.
Oh, my gosh. Good for him.
Yeah, real X's and O's guy. Not one for the media.
No, yeah. Keep
He
him.
would have been great with Hardball.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yes.
Like, just train wreck media appearances and gritty football.
Harbaugh would have been like, you know what, just keep him in the closet. Don't let him the fuck out.
He was pretty wild.
All right, Steve.
Got to look at Contavious Street a little bit. He made a brief appearance. That was the draft pick that we had last year that I hated. The
I
weight
know who
room
he is.
warrior.
I know who he is.
Two tackles for loss.
Yeah, had a decent game.
A little flashy.
I heard,
had a decent
he
game.
choked someone to death in the game.
With his hands.
Yeah.
With his cock.
No, he was just pushing him right off the
That was
line.
aggressive, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Is this trading places?
Stole my thunder.
One thing that Salah did in this game that I've never seen before was a double fake blitz, and I don't even know if that's what it's called. That's what I call it. Where he's got the guy Mayo lined up on the line of scrimmage like he's about to blitz. Then the ball snapped, and Mayo backs off, so it was a fake blitz. He was showing blitz, and he backed off. But then he came back with a blitz. I've never seen it's like the triple deke or something. I've never seen that done before, but it worked.
He's playing mind games, Steve.
It actually worked because the offensive guard was so focused on Mayo that there was another player screaming right through the gap that he didn't even get to look at because Mayo was going back and forth, and then he eventually came at him. It worked.
Well, giddy up, Steve.
Julian Taylor, the 7th-round pick from last year that flashed, he kind of flashed again in this game. We didn't see him much in the regular season last year because we never got that bad with the injuries. But, yeah, he's still on the team. He's flashing like he did last preseason game, so that's good to see. One guy who's not flashing, or flashing for the wrong reasons, is free safety Adrian Colbert. He ended up getting ejected in this game for lowering his helmet.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That's wild. Huh?
Yep, and
In
I think it
preseason.
was... He only got like 10 snaps and he got ejected. Now, this is a guy that is fighting for his roster spot. You need snaps. You need game film. You need to show that you belong, and you go ahead and get ejected. Now, you can agree or disagree on whether he should have been ejected, but it's...
What quarter was he ejected in?
I want to say the third.
He got some play.
And it could be that the refs are trying to set a tone.
Yeah, I thought about that too. I mean, we harp on 18 penalties, but then you look at Dallas and they only had 6. But at the same time, it's like, well, it is preseason, and they usually go ape shit with flags in preseason because they set the tone, like you said. But I was hot and bothered by Adrian Colbert 2 off seasons ago after he finished that 2017 year, and he's looked like the 7th round pick that he was.
Well, our number 1 tackler was Marcel Harris, so
Marcel Harris looked good.
so there
He
you
ended
go.
up having to leave the game. He got a stinger. He kind of like concussed himself almost.
They play
But-
the same spot, right?
Yeah, that dude. He's not big, but he's a fire hydrant. He will lay you out. Big fan of Marcel Harris. And as the 2 4th down stops that we had came in crunch time. It was 2 minutes left in the game. 2 4th down stops. Well, one was like 2:10 left in the game, and the other one was to completely ice the game with 10 seconds left.
Would anyone like a cheese stick?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Robbie Gold, Money in the Bank. I think he had a 50-yarder. I didn't write it down. I don't know what it was.
53.
Yeah, you could tell that he knows the stadium so well because when it left his foot, it was clearly wide left, and then halfway through the ball path, it just went right dead center of the uprights.
He should. They should have gave him fucking $20 million a year. They should have gave him Jerick McKinnon's contract.
Yeah, and then I want to look at the defensive line depth chart because I want to know if there are going to be some guys that are getting cut. So, we got Sheldon. No, okay. So let's start with the starters. DeForest Buckner, that's 1. Eric Armstead, 2. Solomon Thomas, 3. Nick Bosa, 4. DJ Jones, 5. Ronald Blair, 6. Contavious Street, 7. And I think that who's the Julian Taylor, 8.
D Ford.
D Ford, 9. And okay, I thought I was going somewhere with that, but then I realized that we're gonna be able to keep everybody. I thought it was gonna be like our wide receiver position, where we're gonna end up cutting somebody that belongs
I
in
guess
the league.
10. Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, anyway, forget I did that. But that's it for the game. Want to wrap this one up? Get you on the.
Yeah, okay, so fucking email us, goldbloodedpodcast@gmail.com. We've got a real exciting email for you next round. Oh boy.
Do we? I haven't looked.
It's one long email from Matt Matterson.
Yes!
It's gonna, I don't know the content, but it looks like it's gonna be,
Any voice?
I don't think so, but it's deep.
If you're trying to keep the next episode at a certain time, we should lead with that.
Okay.
That may be the only.
Yeah, then maybe we can get to some other stuff.
It's really that long.
No, I mean, not that long, but it's long.
All right.
So, all right, so tune in for that, and fuck it, go Niners.